If you're not ready to implement AI into your business, you're likely going to fall behind. Fall behind your competition, fall behind every other person that is leveraging AI to scale their company, to make their lives easier, faster, and more powerful, to go out there and attack the market with less overhead. But it doesn't have to be complex. I know a lot of you are probably sitting there thinking, well, how do I do it? I don't want to learn how to code. I don't want to learn how to prompt. I don't have time to do all of that. Well, I went out and found you guys a tool that you can do simply and powerfully. You can set it up, and I just did a training that showed how I set up 3 separate useful voice AI employees, and I showed exactly how they can scale different types of companies, and I set all of those up literally in under 30 minutes.
Hello, this is Marissa. Am I speaking with Cody?
Yes, you are. Sorry, who am I talking to?
Hi, Cody. I'm Marissa, a virtual assistant calling on behalf of Rob Gormley, your roofer's representative from 4 Roofers. I'm reaching out because you opted into our offer to claim $2,000 off a new roof for your property. Is this a good time for a quick chat?
And you can do exactly the same thing. So follow along with this training that's about to drop right here, and let's get shit done. And if you want to try the tool for yourself, you can actually grab a trial account right directly below this video on the link. So let's get in there and get shit done. What we're going to be going over today specifically is I'm going to build 3 useful voice AI agents, what we're calling VAPs, voice AI applications, specifically for different use cases. And I want to show you guys just how easy and simple this can be for your clients, but I also want you to see how powerful it is using the right thing to be able to solve bigger problems for your clients. You know, one thing that Rahul was just saying before we hopped in here is how this is the perfect foot in the door offer. I am seeing it across the spectrum right now. Deals are a lot easier to close because there's a shiny object that people did not even know you could do 2 days ago or before they showed it to you, and see how cool and how actually way further ahead it is. A lot of people, guys, a lot of businesses right now still think this is sci-fi shit, that they're going to turn it on and it's going to be half concocted, half broken, half shitty stuff that kind of is just a fancy tool that doesn't really work. They don't understand that these things function, that these can almost replicate a human voice perfectly and actually do the job that they're paying other people to do. And so, you know, it's getting a lot of deals across the line that I think would have been harder before. And if we're seeing it and our clients are seeing it, I know you guys can see it too. So I want to spend, 20, 30 minutes and just show you how you can quickly put problem to solution real quick. But Rahul, if you want to talk anything about that before I do into that, go ahead, because I think it's good for them.
Yeah, like I was saying before we streamed this, that I've never had a product that opens up the eyes and the ears of a prospect simpler than Voice AI has. It's tangible, it's needed, and now it's believable that the world will have this. It's kind of rolling back the clock to the .com boom and probably many other booms before my time, but that's the last one I remember. This is that, in my opinion, and we're going gangbusters. And the way we're doing it is, number one, I'll show you how I'm showing it and sharing it and attracting attention. And then number two, we bundle it with our core services. Like, it comes with the package. So now we have an extra value added contrast against everybody else trying to either do the same thing and fucking it all up because they don't know how to present anything properly. Or number two, they just have their head in the sand and not paying attention at all. Which is fine too. It helps us. The more heads in sands, the better it is for all you guys that are paying attention, which is really, really good. It gives you a contrasted offer. Now, I'm going to rapid fire into the 3 tools that I use to offer this. And I call it MVMs, minimum viable marketing. I don't use anything more unless I must. And I don't try to use anything more. So step number 1, I'm going to share my screen right here. This was my first tool that was given to me at my disposal. If I had a prospect, I bookmarked this guy. In fact, I have a short code where if I type in T3 on my phone, it text replaces with this link so I can rapid fire the shit, because that's how prepared I am. Whether I'm sitting next to somebody having a coffee in the lounge of a dental office and somebody owns a business, bang, we have something to talk about, and it's not the weather, it's this. So I give them this, they fill in name, email, phone number, pick any scenario they want, hit I consent, go try now. The beauty of this is they get into the database, they get to experience it on an inbound call where they can interact and talk, and now we can market to them on a long term. Benefit for us, benefit for them to start a conversation and see what's possible. Number 2 is just going straight to the thing, like our website. We've equipped it where I can now share my screen if I'm on a Zoom and just talk to Thinker.
Hi there. I'm Ava from Thinker. It's great to connect with you. What's your name?
Rahul the Great.
Well, Rahul the Great, it's an honor to chat with you. What brings you to Thinker today? Are you exploring how AI can help your business conquer new heights?
Can you tell me a little bit about what you do?
Absolutely, Rahul. I'm Ava, your friendly AI assistant here at Thinker. I help businesses like yours by demonstrating how our AI voice technology can transform customer communications. Our Ava platform specializes in automating tasks like appointment scheduling, lead qualification, and customer follow-ups, making it easier for small to medium businesses to manage their interactions efficiently. We also have Nico, a partner platform that focuses on lead and client activation, helping businesses reactivate their client books and automate outreach. Together, Ava and Nico offer a comprehensive solution to streamline operations and enhance customer service. Is there a specific area you're interested in?
Okay, so my pitch is over. She just did it. Next question. Based on what you saw, do you think this would be helpful? Awesome. How would you envision yourself using this in your business? Okay, so demo done. That's how quick it is to hook the attention. The next thing is we have an inbound phone number. Text your whole database, LinkedIn them, email them. Try this. I want to get your feedback and seeing how, if it could be useful in your industry. Call this number. It'll take you about 2 minutes. And then I give them the phone number. And then when they call it, the reactions you're going to see, like I can tell you my reactions, which won't be helpful to you, but there's nothing short of more than impressed. What the hell was that? How did you do that? How do I scale with that? I need that. I'm getting on calls with the shittiest prospects of my life, 9 hours of a day. And then now I have to sift through mud. And I'm a CEO of a fucking company. Why am I doing that? Right? So don't put yourself in a deficit position. Take advantage of a positive position. Weaponize yourselves with technology. It's so pleasurable now. Like we all go through the shit storms, right? 10 shitty leads in a row. It's like, motherfucker, how they clicking our ads? Well, don't they know this shit costs money? This can help with that. This can help with that. Those broke people may not actually be broke, but when they see the impressiveness of your system and they want that, wildly enough, people become more transparent and they all of a sudden have cash flow because we hit a hot button and it's such a simple thing to do that you didn't even do, right? I didn't build like that, my AI agent, the technology built it. All I did was prompt it and it gives me exactly what I needed to do. So I'm changing the narrative from an outbound to you saying, here's my marketing message, to less friction, to saying, hey, try this out. I value your opinion. Tell me what you think. It's a voice AI receptionist. And this took me about 20 minutes to build. And then that's the impressive. I turn an outbound to an inbound. So now my authority level is high, my conviction is high, and now no longer am I product pushing on an outbound kind of cold call, if you will, to turning it into warm, where they're asking me questions about how this could work. And I'm asking them questions about opening the gap of pain. How would they use it? Would this save you time? Would it increase the revenue? If you had it a year ago, how would things be now? What if you had 20 of these things? What would that look like for you? What if it can do customer service? What if people can talk to your website instead of typing in the little chat button and talking to an AI bot, or worse, waiting for an agent to appear? And then by the time in this ADHD driven world, you start a chat, you're in your email and you forgot the chat. And by the time you go back, it timed out. Right there, I just talked to a website. Like you can't do that. I just literally talked to it. What do you do? A sales rep would have fucked that up. All right, so there, I'm going to set the stage for Cody, where he's going to do what he's going to do, show you the tools.
Let's do this now. Fuck yeah on that. That hypes me up so much, guys. I can't express enough how much right now you guys are in the middle of a scenario where you can make so much money on this kind of shit because of the fact that it's still early, but the tools are so powerful, right? So make sure you're leveraging this. Now, I'm going to show a couple of things. We're going to build 3 out. And I want to show you problem solution, okay, and different kind of areas we have on here. Now, I'm going to be leveraging Thinker for this because that's what allows us to do this, okay? Outbound, inbound, conversational booking, all that kind of stuff. If you don't have Thinker yet and you're like, what the hell is that? We'll drop a link down below the video wherever you're watching this, and you can grab a trial account. You can grab something for pretty affordable so that you can go test it out yourself before you get into anything else. you'll be able to see how powerful this is. Even that thing that Rahul just showed you, which is a web widget that talks, makes your dumb website smart, and you can actually make your website talk to people. That is rolling out this week. This week being next week, Monday through Friday next week. So that will be something you can get with that as well. But for today, I want to show you guys just how easy and powerful this can actually be. Primary word I want you guys to see here is useful. What we've been doing with Thinker and what we've been doing with our voice AI stuff is to make simple, useful AI. Not shit you got to go figure out how to prompt and code and AI engineer and all this shit. No, it's just how do I make something powerful and useful in a matter of minutes for my clients so that they can actually go get results without having to be, get an engineering degree in AI at the same time. So the first one I want to talk about is one that a lot of us have. Okay. So a lot of you guys looking at this today are marketers. You're doing digital marketing. You're running some kind of ad campaign for your clients. I talk about this all the time in the sense that when we were doing a lot of leads for an industry, real estate, we used to employ dozens of people down in Mexico to call, qualify, and send them the leads that are actually ready to buy so that they didn't have to do that themselves. Because one of the hardest things to get clients to do is to call the damn leads. That's always been a struggle. And so we used to get people to do that for us. Now we get AI to do it for us. Literally all day long in all three of our companies, we have AI calling out, booking leads, and actually making things happen. So I want to show you guys what that looks like. And so the problem here is getting clients to actually, let's do this, to getting clients to actually call the leads. The other problem is finding good appointment setters and salespeople who actually work. You know what I mean? What do I do? One of the questions is, okay, I got this guy, he works part-time. I can only afford this setter who works part-time. The setter is also a C player. He also has an accent. He won't work in the evenings. He's not going to work on the weekends. What do I do with all those leads? Do I, A, time out my ad campaign so that they only generate leads during those times, or B, just hope that doesn't matter and the setter can get it together? Right? Most people ask that question, like, well, this guy's only working these hours. Should I put my ads on those certain times a day? Because logically, that's where your brain goes. But me, as a guy who's been running, ad campaigns for 14 years and millions and millions and millions in ad spend, will tell you that when you're doing those schedules, you're going to mess up your lead costs. You're going to increase your CPAs across the whole spectrum. And so normally the answer is just let it run and the setters get to it when they get to it. But that isn't as efficient as just having something that does work all the time. Right. And so the solution here is, okay, I want a whole bunch of appointments booked. Then I'm going to have a standard scheduler VAP through Thinker. Okay. That calls and books leads. Now you have two options. You could use a standard scheduler or a qualification scheduler. And I'll show you what both of those look like. Okay. So what that means, go over to Thinker now. All right, cool. So I now know what I want to do. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to make, and this will be VAP example 1 appointment scheduler for Facebook ads. Okay. Standard scheduler right here is what I'll select. The other one that I talked about is qualification scheduler. The difference is standard scheduler is going to book everybody. It's literally, here's the reason for the call. Here's why I'm calling. Do you want to book a call? And it'll talk back and forth. So not going to do anything else. It's going to record their answers. It's going to give you that information. You can get the transcript, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, what you're doing is you're just calling the leads and scheduling them. Qualification scheduler is the one that will actually ask questions and then disqualify leads based on the answers they say. So if you want to actually qualify them and only book the qualified ones for your clients, that's the one. Keep in mind, for the same reasons you don't always want to be doing that for yourself or your clients is the same reason here. Okay. It will increase your cost per call. It will slow down the amount of volume you're getting. And so normally when you're starting out, you want to go cheap, high volume. And then as you start to fill up your sales team's days, you start to implement qualification because now you can take more time and put more filters in place. Does that make sense, guys? I am going to move over to actually building the agent. So to do this, we also need to know, okay, well, what's the offer from the ad, right? So Facebook ad offer. So we're going to say we are a roof company, okay? And we are giving people $2,000 off a roof replacement. So this will be like, we have a roofing company we're working with, and that's the offer on their Facebook ad. So we're going to go over here. I almost always just leave the initial greeting exactly the same. Hello, this is agent speaking with, am I speaking with client pause? Okay. I'm a virtual assistant calling on behalf of the name of the person we put down here, your roofing company, right? Now, we are calling because you opted in to our ad to get or to claim $2,000 off a new roof for your property. Is now a good time to chat. Okay, so company name, we're going to call it For Roofers. Call it. And profession is we are roofers. Representative name is, just looking at the first name I see here, Rob Gormley. Congratulations, Rob. You now own a fake roofing company. Good job. All right, and we go up here. So what is the reason for the appointment? To discuss your property that needs a roof replacement and get your inspection scheduled. So value proposition. Okay, to lock in your $2,000 discount for your new roof. Perfect. And I already said 4 roofers, Rob, this 30 minutes, this, boom, boom, pick a calendar, done. What did that take me? 3 minutes once we have the thing done? So now let's talk to it. The best part about this whole thing to me is, yes, it's fast. And then I can also make sure before I do anything else with it that it says and sounds like I want it to sound.
Hello, this is Marissa. Am I speaking with Cody?
Yes, you are. Sorry, who am I talking to?
Hi, Cody. I'm Marissa, a virtual assistant calling on behalf of Rob Gormley, your roofer's representative from 4 Roofers. I'm reaching out because you opted into our offer to claim $2,000 off a new roof for your property. Is this a good time for a quick chat?
Sorry, you got my, from what? I didn't catch that part. Who are you and what are you calling for?
No problem, Cody. I'm Marissa, calling on behalf of Rob Gormley from 4 Roofers. You had opted into our offer to claim $2,000 off a new roof for your property.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
calling
for the roof. Yeah. I just had a tree fall through it. So no, I'm glad you called. Actually, I was looking to figure that out.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about the tree falling through your roof, Cody. I'm glad I could reach you at the right time. Let's get this sorted for you. I can help schedule a time for you to meet with Rob to discuss your roof replacement and lock in your $2,000 discount. What day works best for you?
To me, that sounds great. I wouldn't adjust that at all.
I timed that while Cody opened up before he even logged in here, when he started talking about building this first bot. So if you can see how long that took, 4 minutes, 45 seconds, 0.45 milliseconds. That's it.
So when we say it's simple, I think Rahul just proved that point over and over again. To me, that's crazy. No power. And that now the useful part is all of you guys saying, hell yeah, one thing. Now, Sean wants to know, what if you needed additional qualifying questions? Well, that is why we go over here. And you can do it through the qualification bot. So if you want to have qualification questions, as in you want to have them actually ask certain things, so we'll say VAP example number 2, and we'll say qualification scheduler. Okay, I'm misspelling all that shit, but I'm going to delete this afterwards anyway. And we make it. Now, on this one, if ever it loads, this is where you can do this stuff in here. Okay, so you actually select, do you just want it to capture and not worry about the answers, or do you want it to actually disqualify? Okay, and then when you do disqualification question, you put a question here. Okay, and then in the answer, you put what your answer will be and whether you disqualify them from this. So an example would be, what is your current revenue level? Or if you want to stick to the roofing example, you could say something along the lines of, do you own a residential or commercial property you are looking to get, or are you looking to get a, let's just say that. I was going to say something along the lines of, are you looking to get a roof replaced for a residential or for a commercial property? In the answer spot here, you can say, if they reply residential, you disqualify the call and say whatever this is in the quotes, right? So you can say, oh, sorry, we only do residential. So you would say something along the lines of, we actually only service commercial roofs. Sorry about that. Hope you find solution. So whatever you'd want it to say, and you can disqualify them that way. And we're actually going to be changing this up so that instead of it being like 6 different places and you just fill in the ones you want, we're going to have it be dynamic. So you add a question, and then if you want to add another one, you just click it and it'll add another question. You can put as many of these as you want up and down. And you can make each question, again, either a standard question like a capture, meaning I just want you to ask the question and record the information. I don't care what they say. Or a disqualification question, which I just went through, which is, okay, I want you to disqualify based on the answer for that. So now let's go over here. Useful voice app VAP, number 2. I guess this is number 3 actually, because I did the disqualification one for a brief moment, so we'll call it 3. Voice AI that can sell itself. This part that I like. So what this one is, to me, is a solution. Problem is, I don't want to involve salespeople for low ticket SaaS sales. And when I say involve, I mean train, pay, etc. Right? So solution to that would be what we call the client follow-up app through Thinker that can send different SMS texts based on call sentiment. Sounds pretty good, right? So let's say on here, this one, come over here, and let's start again. Okay, so call this VAP example number 3. Voice AI that sells itself. Sells itself? Yeah, there we go. And we scroll down. Now, this one here is called client follow-up. If you read the subtext, it enables automated follow-up communications with clients via SMS, assessing sentiment and delivering appropriate responses. Let's check that out. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So to me, we're going to come in here. Most of these all have the same thing, right? Initial greeting. Again, I leave this pretty much the same. Now, client follow-up message. For this, okay, we need to be determining why are we calling them and what are we trying to get? Remembering that we can send different text messages based on sentiment here. So positive, neutral, or negative sentiment responses. Yes, I don't know, and no, fuck off responses, right? So that we can send different texts for each one. So in this situation, we're trying to create a voice app or a voice AI that sells itself. So up here, we needed a Facebook ad offer. Here, we probably need the same thing. Why are we calling them? Why do we have their info? So to me, now I say, okay, well, let's just make a scenario here. Facebook ad on a free course training PDF that shows how they can replace their entire $100,000 plus sales team with AI, or their entire sales team with AI and save 100K plus and hundreds of wasted hours per year on hiring, training, firing, et cetera, right? Also helps that you don't need an HR department for AI yet. I'm sure AI will figure out a way to fuck us with that too. All right, we get this, right? Facebook ads, free course, and I think that's a great idea. I just made that up off the cuff though, so feel free to steal it. I'm not using it. There you go. So, okay, that means this is why they opted in. Cool. Well, why are we following up with them then? Well, if they opted into a course through organic or through Facebook ad or something to achieve this result, we can now send them a text, send them a link to buy our system to achieve that result faster. So in theory, what we would do, right, is this course trains them or gets them bought into the concept that this is possible, shows them the power. Maybe you put one of these demo VAPs or something on your website like we talked about. And now we want to call them all and be like, hey, you got this course, you opted in for this free course. Did you actually get a chance to try the system yet so that you could actually achieve this result? So let's come over here. All right. So again, cool. We're going to come over here, where I'm calling, let's say, because you recently opted in to our free course showing you, and we come over here, we grab whatever this is. So showing you how you can replace this. So showing you how you can replace your entire sales team with AI and save 100K and hundreds of hours of wasted hours per year. Done. Perfect. Then we want to say, were you able to grab the link to our AI system to trial our AI system for free for 30 days? 30 days. Let's go through this. I'm just calling because you recently opted into our free course showing you how you can replace your entire sales team with AI and save 100K and hundreds of hours per year. Just wondering, were you able to grab the link to trial our AI system for free for 30 days to help you achieve that result? Yet, right? And we can play around. This is why I love the testing thing, because we can play around with how this sounds. Because I'm not 100% on how this is going to sound yet, but we're going to play around with it, right? All right, now we've got Sean now owns a AI system company, which he is about to. So there we go. Good job, Sean. All right. I don't know how to pronounce your last name yet, so I'm just going to leave it at Sean. We'll figure that out later. Company name is, I should know what his company name is. Sean, tell me the company name. I forget. It's slipping my head. What's your company name?
New Way Connect.
New Way Connect.
New Way Connect. I didn't know. All right. So now, again, reminder, positive, yes. So have you got this thing yet? Yeah, I got it. Cool. Awesome. So I'm going to send you to do that anyway. Neutral. I don't really know what the hell that is. Negative. No, fuck off, right? Or no, I haven't gotten it yet. Those types of things. So a positive thing would be, oh, that's awesome. Say we are pumped to be a part of your AI journey. I'm going to shoot you a quick text, the link again, just so you have it handy for the future. Let us know if there's ever anything. Default message would be, hey.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Cody. I know you can't send an actual PDF, but if you needed to send something out, as long as you sent a link to a PDF that you can follow up with.
Yeah, you can put links in, like these are texts that go out. So
right.
You can actually send any link to anything that you'd want through here.
From like a Dropbox or
correct. Any link, anything that you had, yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I'm not going to put it. I'm just going to put link because this is just an example. Joy, your day was great speaking to you. Right down here, neutral response, no issues. Glad we got hold of you. I'll send it over via text right now so you can get it all set up while you go through the course. And we can say same thing kind of here. Here's the link so you can get set up. Enjoy your day. It was great speaking to you. Still works. Honestly, probably do the same thing down here. Same thing down here for no. So no, I haven't gotten it yet. No, blah, blah, blah. God, we got a hold of you. I'll send it over via text. Honestly, I'd use the same thing there. All right, let's test it out.
Hello, this is Marissa. Am I speaking with Cody?
You are?
Yes, this is Marissa calling on behalf of Sean Zayakic from New Way Connect. Am I speaking with Cody?
Yeah, you are. It's Cody.
Great. I'm just calling because you recently opted into our free course showing you how you can replace your entire sales team with AI and save 100K and hundreds of wasted hours per year. Just wondering, were you able to grab the link to trial our AI system for free for 30 days to help you achieve that result yet?
A link to do a trial. I'm not really sure.
No issues. Glad we got a hold of you. I'll send it over via text right now so you can get it all set up while you go through the course. What number would you like me to use?
What are you sending over again? Sorry, I just want to be sure about this.
Of course, I'm sending you the link to trial our AI system for free for 30 days. This will help you see how you can replace your entire sales team with AI, save $100K and hundreds of wasted hours per year. Would you like me to send it to the number I called you on, or is there another number you'd prefer?
No, if you can text it directly to the number you're talking to right now, that would actually be great.
Okay, 1 second, please.
Sure thing.
I was just about to say that there seems to be a technical issue with sending the text to this number. Could you please provide me with the number you'd like me to use instead? I'll make sure it gets sent right away.
Sure. Do you need the area code?
Yes, please.
All right.
Could you provide the full number, including the area code?
Yep.
That would be perfect.
1778-228-8847.
Thank you for confirming. That's 1778-228-8847. Let me send the text over right now. 1 moment, please. It seems there's still a technical issue with sending the text. I apologize for the...
So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
A2P. It's A2P. That's why.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
It's a demo. It's only a demo.
Demo. So anyway, I've done that with the actual live one, and it'll send directly to my phone. The point is, you heard it say that. Let me do another one real quick, and I'll show you the difference.
Hello, this is Marissa. Am I speaking with Cody?
You are. Yep.
Great. I'm just calling because you recently opted into our free course showing you how you can replace your entire sales team with AI and save 100K and hundreds of wasted hours per year. Just wondering, were you able to grab the link to trial our AI system for free for 30 days to help you achieve that result yet?
I did, yes.
That's awesome. We are pumped to be a part of your AI journey. I'm going to shoot you a quick text with the link again, just so you have it handy for the future.
Cool. So you can see different, right? Yes, neutral, right? It said different things. It's sending different texts. It talked through all that kind of stuff. Who here can see how that would be able to kind of sell itself by sending out these texts, especially with what we're doing, right? With having a process here where it's, hey, you opt into a free course, send them the link, right? Michael says, oh, yes. Anybody else? Yes, no, maybe so. I mean, that first call that I had, right, was 100%. Like the way she was handling that, the way she was going with that, that's fantastic. So, people talk about AI that can sell itself. This is, true representation of that. And again, what did that take? Maybe that one took 10 minutes because I had to actually go through.
Time that one too. 11 minutes. I stopped it after you did the revision. So, and the second thing, 11 minutes, 42 seconds, and 43 milliseconds.
Hell yeah. That's beautiful.
Under 12 minutes there. I can't run 2 miles under 12 minutes.
There we go. All right, last one, guys. Useful voice VAP number 4, webinar attendance reminder. So far, what have we done? Appointment setters for Facebook ads. Now we go down here. And we did voice AI that can sell itself, right? Now we come down here and we want to do a webinar attendance reminder. Now I'm actually going to show you a pre-built one because it's going to be the same exact scenario for this one. So I'm not going to go through the things on this again, but the problem would be low attendance on webinars. People don't have the Zoom link. People forget that today is the day of the masterclass, etc. Right? Solution. Again, for this one, we literally have used, again, this one right here, which is the client follow-up VAP. And what it does right here, client follow-up VAP through Thinker that can send different text based on call sentiment, right? And now with these ones, the text is, these ones, for this one, the text will be the Zoom link, okay? So I'm going to show you, I think I built it on here. Yeah, masterclass reminder link. So again, client follow-up is the VAP, the voice application that we did. You can come in here, and I literally, because this is sometimes how my brain works, to mine and Rahul's both benefit and detriment. Sometimes we are very in the moment people. We like to think ahead a lot, but we also think very much in the moment. And I woke up that day and I was like, you know what? I don't want to go yell at our sales team. They're doing pretty good on the rest of their shit. But I do want somebody to go call this whole list of people. And we had about 150 people registered. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to give this job to Ava. Why not? Why not give it to Thinker? Right. And so what it ended up being was exactly like this. I was like, okay, I want to send the Zoom link. I want to remind them, call them all and remind them, what they signed up for, B, what time of day the masterclass is, and C, to make sure they have the Zoom link ready. And depending on the sentiment, I basically want the same text because I don't care. I just want them to actually get this thing sent out. And so what we ended up doing was initial greeting, same as always. Hey, this is AI agent name. Am I speaking with client name? I always leave this the same because it's just a good starting point and it seems to work quite well for us. Awesome. So you registered to attend a masterclass with the GSD later today on, and the scary offer for this one was adding 100 plus appointments for your business every month. I'm just calling to make sure you will be attending and that you have the Zoom link ready for 2 p.m. PST today, right? And based on the answer, awesome, like positive. Yes, I have it. Awesome. I'll send it again via text right now anyway, just to be sure you've got it handy. Neutral. Okay. I'll send it over via text just to be sure. Negative, no issues. I'm glad I was able to reach you then. I'll text it over right now so you have it handy. And each one is just, here's the Zoom link for today at time. Looking forward to seeing you there. Maybe I could have put the actual scary offer in here, but I figured, they're going to hear that on the thing themselves. So this one's simple and effective. Literally, again, I set this one up in under 5 minutes. I already had all the information, right? I already had the masterclass, offer and the Zoom link and the time, all of that's already there. So it was just about going on here, putting this all in and actually making it happen. And again, one of the most powerful parts of all this, guys, is do the thing and then see how it sounds and adjust, right? So let's do that.
Hello, this is Marissa. Am I speaking with Cody?
Yes, you are.
Great. Cody, you registered to attend a masterclass with the GSD later today on adding 100 appointments for your business every month. Just calling to make sure you will be attending and that you have the Zoom link ready for 2 p.m. PST today. How does that sound?
I mean, I did register it for it, yeah, but nobody ever sent me a Zoom link. I didn't get an email, none of that.
No issues. Glad I was able to reach you then. I'll text over the link right now so you have it ready. What number would you like me to use?
Can you just do the one on file?
Yes, I can use the number I called you on, which is 778-228-8847. Does that work for you?
Yeah. I'm assuming it's a demo again, so it's not gonna actually be able to send the text. So you see again, right? No, holy shit, I'm glad you called me, blah, 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 but no, I don't have it. Send me the Zoom link, right? This increased our show rate on that webinar to like 70%, right? It's not like, you do a call campaign like this, not everybody's going to pick up, but we did twice that morning for if the people didn't pick up, we called them again. And we definitely, like, you can go through. The wonderful thing about, Thinker and all this stuff is you can go through, see who's talking to, who actually got completed, all that kind of stuff. And we could see that a good number of people, I would say at least, 15 to 20 of them picked up, talked to it, got the Zoom link and did the thing. So just that bump is worth it to me, right? So say I have a 10% conversion rate on a webinar. Okay. That means if I get another 20 people, I could have 2 more high ticket sales. That's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Is that worth 5 minutes to set up a simple, useful, powerful voice AI? Hell yeah. It's also worth it just to have those extra 20 people that are actually listening to us, that are getting nurtured by us, that are getting onto the shit they registered for. So I don't want people to register for something and then think it's our fault they never showed up for it. Some of these people, like I just said, like, oh yeah, I registered for it, but I never got any. How many people sign up for things and don't ever get anything, right? Because it's going to spam, or they miss the text, or it goes to junk, right? And they're going to blame you. They're going to blame your company. They're going to blame, then you're going to blame GHL. And what it really matters is that we need to have other avenues to go talk to them. And sometimes it's hard to get salespeople to go physically do that stuff. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense, guys.
So that was about 20 minutes of like active building 3 different agents. I kind of overstated the third one because technically it was already in there, but Cody's explanation time is kind of how long it takes to build it. So speed is there, but the point is, it doesn't matter if this takes 10 minutes or 10 hours. The point is, what's the long game of this? Because like Dan said something in the chat about try training an employee in 4 minutes and 45 seconds. If you can do that, bring that person to me. So that's just the miraculous part. And like, as you can see, is like the human brain can't always comprehend everything, but AI is smart enough too. So there's 3 different bots that were just created, right? So an outbound to activate a list for people who opted in on Facebook ads eliminates the need for these leads suck because they don't. The person sucks because they don't take responsibility, but we can solve that. Number 2 is the reminder sequences, or I guess number 3 was the reminder sequence on if you do webinars for event venues or webinar people on the internet or live events, anything to do with a time-based, it starts on this day, ends on this time, that works in all those scenarios. And the third one, or the second one you did was what, the real estate thing?
Today? No, the second one I did was the AI that sells itself.
Okay, yeah, that sells itself. Yeah. So the first one was 4 minutes, 45 seconds. The second one was 11 minutes, 42 seconds, right? So these are quick is the point. I'm not trying to make that the selling point that it's so quick, you should do it that quick. The point is we have the technology to do the things that humans drop the ball on. Why let's mop it up our revenue, clean it up, get a better offer to the world. Just because this is what they want. And then it can bundle in and make the rest of the services simpler to sell if you're value stacking it on top of something else. Or for some people, it's their only offer because they've never had a consistent sales career. This can make it much more consistent.
Thank you so much for spending the time to watch that amazing training. Like I mentioned previously, my intention is for you not just to watch that training, but if you got something out of it, if you think this information is useful, I want you to continue that journey with us. And you can do that in a couple of ways. One, I want you to smash that subscribe button so that you get notified every single time we put another one of these out, which will be at minimum once to twice per week. The other thing I want you to do is go ahead and click that next video right there beside you so that you can dive in and get shit done. Hope to see you out there.